Today, we're going to take a peek at the college football and NFL look-ahead lines, crafting up winners for tonight, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Sure.
You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Hill. Fucking done.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs. That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 786 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not tracking your bets on Bookit Sports, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? You think you're too cool for school? You think you're too good for Bookit Sports? Well, you're not. Start tracking the bets over there on Bookit Sports, the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. As we get a subby coming in from Ryan Kinney. Can we clap it up for my man, Ryan Kinney? Let's go, Ryan. Let's go, Ryan.
You, Ryan.
Atta boy. Jovan, how we doing? How we feeling on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon?
Up and moving. Wish we had a little better of a slate, but I'm excited to get to it.
Sam Houston's playing, man. That doesn't move the needle.
That just immediately kills all vibes for the day.
Yeah, not a great slate. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And we're going to make do. Look, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I prefer shittier slates. The shittier the slates, the shittier the plays, the nastier the plays, and the more we win, in my opinion. So I prefer a slate like this compared to just a loaded, Sunday where it's a little overwhelming, right? So I prefer,
I know.
Sam Houston versus some shitty teams.
This insane college football slates the 2 weeks before last, and you despised them.
Out of all of them, out of all the takes, that might be the one that puts it over the top for me. Okay. The overwhelmingness of the slate makes it bad,
Dude, so I prefer Sam Houston, man.
Got it.
Compared to watching Bama or Georgia. Maybe that's just me.
Okay.
Maybe that's just me. And I prefer last weekend's slate to the 2 weekends before.
Last weekend was dog piss.
Great slate.
Horrid.
Great slate. Cannot wait for this weekend slate as well. It's loaded as well. Okay. What's up, Foreign Haitian? How we doing, Beast? I appreciate my YouTube chat. YouTube chat, let me hear you scream. How we doing, boys? What's up? Well, you're used to Moose teams like VT. I mean, yeah, that's where I went to school, Big Cheesy. So it'd be weird if I was not rooting for them, right? We got hella subbies coming in, boys. We got Sade Whiteman getting involved every single day. Chat, be more like Sade Whiteman. This guy's dialed in. He knows ball. I hope he stayed hot last night. He's the hottest better in the community right now. W. Sade Whiteman, you're him. Appreciate you, Beast. We got a hype train moving and grooving. Level 4. Sure. Love to see that. Sure. We got Tinlin Tutan celebrating his, what was it, man? 53-month anniversary. Let's go, Tinlin Tutan. Atta boy. Stay dialed. You know somebody's happy in their relationship when they're counting by the months. Good to see that, Tinlin Tutan. Stay happy. Keep smiling, my man. Keep those vibes up. We got Brian C. up and moving, dropping a resub. W. Brian C. We got Pax Picks getting involved. Jovan dropping a 5-unit whale.
Let's go.
W. Pax Picks. We got Ryan Kinney getting involved. Plenty of subbies to start the day out today. Let's go. Quick stuff. Appreciate the positivity in the chat there, man. Let's have a hump day. Let's have a Wednesday. Why not us? All right. Slate might not be great. It ain't much, but it's honest work. You guys are here. And we're going to entertain you for the next hour and a half. We're going to get you winners. We're going to get your mind right for these games today. And hey, any day with playoff baseball, in my opinion, is a pretty darn good day. So, if you guys earn it, I'll do an Arby's steak bites review. And hopefully I make it through the night after eating those. Who knows what that is even from. But I think the people might need that.
I need it.
Okay. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's recap. Shout out to Kraken last night. Nice.
Was just
nice.
No wager.
Yep. Terrible wager. It is what it is. They gave us hope. I'd rather lose 6-0.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose 6-0.
Probably would.
I'd rather put my life savings on Sam Houston than live through that last night again.
Well,
I'll say it.
Well,
maybe not today. Just in general. Okay. Yeah, it was always FIU. I agree, Dead Larry Bird. That play was nasty. And they won outright. They dominated that game. That was crazy. That was crazy. Let's take a peep at the Sharp Report recap and see how we did overall. 3-2 from me. Jovan, you got Granlund.
Did get Granlund. Thankfully got something. But shit day
He
otherwise.
also he hit his more than 1.5 SOGs as well.
He did, yeah.
Good to see that.
One doing job.
Yep. God, Marvis did not score. That's ridiculous. That square was insane.
Well, they didn't score.
Yeah, they didn't do shit. They didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Shout out the FIU Panthers. Hungrier squad was always the +10 or the first 5 under, which got swept. And again, it was not my favorite play, and that's how I knew it was probably going to hit. Because remember, guys, the less I like to play, the more chances it has to hit. So keep that in mind. Okay. Also, Jalen Rayner is not a good quarterback. He only threw 1. Logan Fife, I think he ended with like 239 or 240.
No,
242.
The last pass of the game.
Nice.
That was crazy. To get them in the field goal range. If he didn't complete that pass, it was Hail Mary time. You got very unfortunate with that.
That's beat. But hey, we move, we groove, we take a 3-2 day. Let's go even better today. Let's go 4-1 or let's go 5-0. Okay. No wins, Moyes. I think that's how you say it in the YouTube chat. He's asking, what do we got for today on NHL? We got plenty of action, plenty of winners. Not as loaded of a slate as tomorrow, excuse me, but we got 4 games. We're going to talk about them. Okay, we're going to take a peep at some of the look-ahead lines for NFL and college football for this weekend as well. We got time today. And, of course, we're going to talk some playoff baseball, and we'll talk about these 2 quail shit college football games, which I'm excited to talk about.
Trent is doing a yap after this, so.
Wow.
He's getting up and moving.
Wow.
Overslept this morning, I bet.
Nah.
No comment. We got Colt Orn 8. Krabs, what's your opinion on the Dodgers? I'm tired of the bitching. The Dodgers are playing like the best team in baseball, and they're probably going to win the World Series. That's my opinion. Their starting pitching is elite. Blake Snell is unfadable. Yoshinobu was unhittable last night. Chaco, Caps are back. At least we got a Caps OT win last night. That was huge. They still got to figure out the power play and how to score on the power play. But yeah, Caps are back. Caps are good every year, man. It really is a treat. They're just a good program.
They are.
They really are.
Good org.
They're a really good org. I like what I'm seeing. Chaco, appreciate the sub, my man. You're him. Appreciate the hype train, folks. W hype train today. All right. It can't all be good vibes today. It's been a while. I do have something that I want to bitch about.
Wow.
It's time. Long overdue. Goots, do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to get pissed. Imagine saving up coins for a couple weeks. You're about to head to the Dallas Stars game, excited to sit, 10 rows back. You take your beautiful girlfriend to the game. You take your wife to the game. Tickets aren't cheap in the Big 2-5. They're not. You sit down. You're waiting for the game to start. Maybe you're taking your buddy to the game. Maybe it's you and your buddy going out for a guy's night, right? You sit down on the aisle. You got an aisle seat. You're feeling good, right? So easy access to go grab a beer. You need to go to the restroom. You just run up real quick. You got great seats. Great seats. Next thing you know, a kid in full hockey fit pulls up and sits right in front of you, and you can't see a thing. You're better off staying home. The kid could barely walk down the stairs because he's got full knee pads on in the stands. Goots is telling me he thought this was the backup goalie, the emergency goalie. Nope. That's actually just a kid in full uniform making it about himself. Whatever happened to just going to the game and enjoying it and watching it? Instead, you got to take up the whole aisle going down the freaking row. Nobody else can get up there. If I went to go grab a beer, Jovan, and turned around, looked up the stairs, and saw this kid coming down, I'd just sit right back down. I'm not going up there. How can you get through? Imagine this kid sitting in front of you with a full hockey mask on and a beanie with the dot on the top. You can't see shit. Not just a goalie mask, but the beanie. Oh, the ultimate me guy move. This might be more of a me guy move than just bringing your glove to a game. At least your glove is not right in the people behind you's face. Oh, I mean, seriously, imagine you're that guy in that white hat. You're looking right now. You're going, please don't sit right there. Please don't sit right there. Oh, and he's sitting right in front of me and I can't see shit. This is worse than the umpire kid. At least the umpire kid would be standing out in the aisle. This kid's sitting right there, smack dab in front of you. A me guy move, if I've ever seen one. Whoever brought this kid to the game, that's on them. Selfish. It's not about you. You're not on the fucking team. You want to get in full goalie fit, you wait till Halloween, you go get your $6 burrito that used to be free, by the way, or you go play hockey. Go play. Go to the rink. Join a team. Why are you wearing a full uniform sitting on the sidelines? Ridiculous me guy move. This is right up there with A.J. Brown complaining about not getting the ball after the team wins. This might put him at number 2 on the me guy list.
Wow. All the way up to 2. Skyrocketing.
Me guy move. I mean, look at the guy's face behind the kid. Seriously, watch him. Don't watch the kid who can barely walk because he has so much gear on. Watch the dude in the white hat on the right and his buddy who are just praying this kid doesn't sit in front of them. Here they are. Look at their eyes. They're like, oh no, please don't sit right there. Please don't sit right there. Please don't sit right there. And now I came here for nothing. I can't see any of the game. Unbelievable. Full fit and the beanie on top with the big old dots. Like you don't want people behind you to see. Am I wrong? I don't think so.
Nah, this is crazy.
Crazy me guy move.
Full fit, pads and all, plus the beanie like you're in the Winter Classic, man. That is just it's crazy.
Kid thinks he owns the arena, man. Doesn't own shit. Didn't even pay for those tickets. Oh.
This might be the first.
Pissed me off.
The first complete agreement from chat on Esteem Krabs.
That's how you know it's bad.
This might be a first and maybe the only ever.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Appreciate the support there.
Never seen it.
The poor girl that has to sit next to him, she's got to sit like a fucking sardine in a can because this dude has full arm pads on and gloves. Oh. This is worse than the kid up, Nikki Gortz, and they're both bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, this is a lot worse.
This is worse because you're taking up more space. The people behind you can't fucking see shit. Bro, if I was the guy sitting behind this kid, I'd just go home. Hit the showers. Call it.
Or in front of him. In front of him, dude. You're probably getting straight shin pad on your neck.
Probably get punched in the back of the fucking head every time this kid celebrates.
You better hope he doesn't get excited about anything during the game. He stands up, you're getting fucking whacked.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, dude. It's I guess it's not incredibly hot now as it was like a couple weeks ago, but it's still like 88 outside. So he had to stroll in here, swimming in urine.
Do you think he like puts it on and then gets in the car and then dad drives him there? Like, you think he does it? I mean, when does he put this on?
It's probably like when you're in like a suit and you're going to like a wedding or some shit. You take off the blazer, you hang it up, or you put it in the seat next. You're not wearing the blazer sitting down. He's probably got like half of it on.
Like the parking garage.
Yeah.
On the way there.
Probably got like half of it on, as much as he can, and then yeah, once you get to the game, you get in full uniform in the fucking parking garage. Oh,
unreal.
Kid probably smells like shit. He's sweating through his fucking uniform. 88 degrees down there in Dallas. People around him are like, what the hell is that smell? Oh, it's just a kid in full uniform thinking it's all about him.
And Trent saying,
unbelievable.
Okay.
I mean, Trent in this would be hysterical, but at least do me a favor, buy the seat behind you. Trent, maybe don't buy a break for one night and use that money to buy the seat behind you so you're not blocking somebody's view. If you do that, I'm all good with it, right? Just don't be a me guy and sit right in front of people. Those guys behind them probably paid $200 for those tickets. Oh, I'd be so pissed. And what can you say? It's a kid. Look, the guy in the white hat is so pissed. You can just tell.
Is that a
when
kid?
the kid walks by him,
you like confirm
he's
that?
like, "Whoa, shit!"
Did we confirm that's a kid?
It's got to be, dude. It's got to be. Oh, bigger me guy than the D-backs fan who takes balls out of play. I don't know, Nick Hennessy. That guy's top of the list.
Yeah,
that guy's top of the list.
This is probably bigger me guy, I would say.
It might be.
Okay.
It might be.
That parent.
All right.
Parent needs to be burned.
I mean, yeah, it's on the rents here. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
We're making fun of the kid because it's a ridiculous move, but that's on the rents.
It's really on the parents for a lot.
There's a 50-50 shot that it's their idea. They're the ones doing it to get the kid clout because that's how 2025 works. So if I ask my rents if I could go in full fit to a game, they look at me in the eyes and they say, "No, you fucking idiot. You're not going in full fit. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're not playing in the game. Golly. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Matt Kicks. This might be Matt Kicks' kid. He's saying Krabs just a hater, man. No, my brain just operates at a functional capacity. And I'm just correct about this take. So not going to let Matt Kicks ruin my day. Matt Kicks might be related to this goalie kid. I'll say it right now.
Yeah, this is the first time that the Matt Kicks of the world in chat are pretty much by themselves.
Yeah.
And Krabs rant.
All right, let's move on. Get this kid off the freaking screen. He's got enough screen time already. Making it about himself. Unbelievable. Krabs, do you own a beanie with the dot on the top? No, I'm already 6'3". If I rock a beanie with the dot on the top, that's being selfish and being a me guy. Anywhere I go in public, nobody can see a thing. I get the caps with no little beanie on the top. With no dot. Okay, because that's a team player move. All right.
Team player move.
Team player move is going no dot on top. Yep. All right. Get this kid off the screen, Goots, before I get pissed again. He's got enough airtime. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yeah, Mikey Jones, the Kraken hurt last night. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They came back, right? They were down early. They came back. They took a lead. They gave up a goal with 1.5 minutes left, 2 minutes left. And then they lost in OT. That one hurt.
Yeah. Just
that one hurt.
Insane goals.
Okay. Let's go back to the ice. What's up, Rowdy? Rowdy, you got a POD on the ice tonight, man? Let us know. Let us know, Beast. All right, let's go to the ice, folks. I got a play I like. How about the winless Buffalo Sabres? Ooh, who are now 5 cents longer on their odds from plus 100 to minus 105. Love seeing that. Keep on moving. Would love that to close at a pick and price. Let's take the Sabres, Jovan. Ottawa, not impressive really at all for me. One of their best players is now hurt as well, which is huge. Maybe it's square, but one of the Sabres' best players is hurt as well. So that evens the playing field here a little bit. Sabres still looking for their first win, a team that's played much better at home. I think when we had our guy on last week, he called it the Key Bump Arena. At the Key Bump Arena, this Buffalo Sabres team plays much, much better over the last couple of years. So let's hope they can get off the schneid and get their first win of the season against Ottawa, who's reeling a little bit after some injuries. I'll take the Sabres here on the ML, who are catching some steam. They're 0-3. They've really looked like shit so far this season. They've scored 2 goals total, I believe. They got shut out by the Rangers, who Jovan, I mean, they're getting made fun of right now. Yeah, they're bad.
They're gone.
And they lost 3-1 in each of the Boston and Colorado games following. It hasn't been the defense as much, right? They haven't given up a 7 spot, a 6 spot. The defense hasn't been atrocious. It's been the offense, man. They can't score. So I think that changes tonight at home. I think they hit the reset button after a couple days off. And it's not like Ottawa's, the prime Washington Capitals with, Ovechkin and Holtby in that making crazy saves. They're not great. They're dealing with some injuries themselves as well. And I love seeing some steam coming our way here for Buffalo. Hopefully this closes at a pick 'em price. Let's back Tage Thompson. Let's back the Sabres here at home to get off the schneid, Jovan, and get their first win of the season.
Sure. I'm right there with you. And I
Okay.
had to take it as well.
Cool.
Partially because, like, it makes a lot of sense being that this is going to be the first game, the start of like a handful of weeks now, it seems. But Brady Kachuk isn't going to be in the lineup for the Sens. But it's kind of good news I want to buy, not just because, I mean, the obvious, like taking Brady Kachuk out of that lineup is not just a big physicality difference, but you got to find the flow of the offense. Maybe that's not as easy against, or not as hard against the Sabres team that, even though they haven't been too bad defensively all this year, it's kind of like, who else are you going to figure it out better against or have a better chance to do it against? But the Sabres, like, it feels like it's now or never for them, which sounds crazy to say, like 3 games into the season. But realistically, if you look at their schedule, look at the way they're trending right now. If they don't win this game at home, there's not much hope for the entirety of the season. And you can tell that it's starting to get to them because they're asking Tage about these first couple games, about like what's gone wrong. And he's like, fuck it. I'm pissed. I'm not talking about the past. We're moving on to the next couple games. I'm tired of talking about it. So it feels like this game is their best shot in the next couple of weeks to do it. So if it's not now, it's probably going to be never, which not only means that the season is a lost cause, but it probably means a couple players, including Tage, might be in the same boat as that. So if they're going to do it now, it's got to be now. I think Merrilainen has already confirmed the net for the Sens, which who knows what to expect from that guy when he comes on, but I think he's going to get thraxed tonight, and they're going to have to score to win the game. But this has to be it for Buffalo.
Oh, Jovan. They just put up a couple squares in the goals allowed category.
Did they now?
They took it down before a show. You know, I'm a sucker for that category. It helps me figure out what plays I like to take on the books. Certainly like taking those squares just themselves when they're nasty. Cashed a 2-man on BTL last night. I saw one person tailed on the feed with that 2-goalie less than, 3X lineup.
Yeah.
Oh, Jovan. People in the chat are talking about how terrible this Levi guy is. Is it Levi? Levy?
Yeah, Levi Merrilainen.
Levi Merrilainen. Yeah, people are talking about in the chat how bad he is. Well, he's about to be bad again tonight. He's got a 2.5 goals allowed square after being pretty good in his past couple games, although he hasn't played this whole season. Chart just looks red as heck. Certainly makes me want to fade it and take the more than. I'm assuming this is his debut, first game of the year.
For the season.
Okay. Still like fading that red chart. That's for sure. Because we know a lot of people go on this app and they just take whatever the chart tells them, whatever the last 5 tells them. I certainly like doing the opposite, and I've had good success with that in this category. Literally did that last night and cashed a 3X. So, I'll be on that Levi. More than 2.5 goals allowed square. Might not mean the world, but certainly doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. W's. Cubbies WC getting involved, dropping a subby as well. Cubbies WC, you're him. Appreciate you getting involved, my man. We got Colton as well. We got Colt Orn 8 getting involved, dropping a resub as well, Jovan. When are we running back with the Tua half an interception? Need it bad. Might have to this week after he called out his team in the media instead of being a man and doing it behind the scenes. That's a weak move. Weak move from Tua there. Tua, if you got a problem, man, you address your team behind the scenes. You get that shit figured out in-house. Hate when players go out and do that. So soft. But after he does something stupid like that, he's probably feeling like shit, and he's probably going to go out there and play another good game again. Right?
Yeah. He might get killed in GTA.
You think is their line just going to let him get sacked on purpose?
I mean, even if they weren't trying to do it on purpose, let's just say you've got a Myles Garrett he didn't really get dominated for people who watch the game, but he didn't do much because he was getting triple teamed after talking a lot of shit against the Steelers last week. Then he was pissed afterwards about it. Now you get a chance to sack Tua in front of a god-awful O-line. If there's a demon square up for Myles Garrett to have multiple sacks, I'm taking it.
Okay. Didn't hear no bell. Go back to it again after he didn't get a sack last week. I like it. That game might be worse than the Sam Houston game tonight. Dolphins at Browns.
Honestly, it probably is.
Dolphins at Browns. Jesus. All right. I love this slate this weekend. Some great games. Looking forward to that one. All right. Good. Swinging around for me again, will you? Need some football today. I mean, just 2 atrocious games. My favorite. My specialty. Just like FIU last night plus 10. By the way, they won 25-6. Nobody's talking about it. Not one person's mentioned it. They won outright 25-6. So I'll bring it up myself. Two just horrendous games today. My favorite. UTEP at Sam Houston. 1-5 versus 0-6. And Delaware versus Jacksonville State, Jovan. Hey, this ain't Mom and Pa's Delaware Blue Hen squad. This Delaware Blue Hen squad is pretty solid. I know they're coming off a loss, but hey, they hung in there against Western Kentucky, who is a significantly better program in college football. Significantly better. It's not even close. Delaware just got called up to FBS this season, and they're good. They're not making the college football playoffs. They're not, great. But for them, for the expectations, Jovan, they're exceeding all expectations in their first season in the FBS here. And them keeping a game close against Western Kentucky, I know they were favorites. They probably shouldn't have been. That was the first game they've gotten line respect so far this season. They had to because they've been beating the numbers so much. Earlier on the season, the book said, hold on, wait a minute. We got to put some respect on their name. Did not come through in their last game against Western Kentucky. Kept it close, though. Fought, battled. But the more talented team, the Hilltoppers, came out on top in that one. I think Delaware gets their lick back, though. Tonight, on the road against Jacksonville State, who is getting worse and worse as the season goes on, in my opinion, after they lost Rich Rods, who built up that program. Their team is a shell of themselves compared to how they were the last couple of years when they were trendy, when they were good. I'm not scared to fade this Jacksonville State team, Jovan. And they just barely beat Sam Houston in their last game, man. It took a 50-plus yard field goal, a knuckler that barely got in there between the pipes. It took a freaking knuckleball 50-yard field goal to beat Sam Houston, who might be, if you guys have been paying attention, might be the worst team I've ever seen. Might be the worst team I've ever seen. You guys know how bad I wanted to take that team today? You know I'm a huge Bearcats fan. I might as well be a freaking booster at this point. I might as well take my $100 a year and I give it to the Hokies and just give it to Sam Houston. They could probably use it better, right? Jovan, I wanted to take them so bad today, I couldn't. That's how bad they are. Okay, they barely beat Sam Houston. They should have lost to Sam Houston outright. But they got lucky. They made that game-winning kick. They celebrated on the fields, on the roads, like they made the college football playoffs. But realistically, Jovan, this team is not good. And that game should not have even been that close. Okay? If it takes a game-winning field goal to beat Sam Houston, you did not play a good game and you're not a good team. Because that Bearcat squad is bad. And they're still trying to figure their shit out. So Delaware gets a little bit extra time to prep for this game as well. Their last game was on October 3rd. So they've had 1.5 weeks to prep for this game, which is huge, in my opinion. And you got Jacksonville State coming off a game-winning field goal where they're feeling, high and mighty after that win, back in the win column. Perfect time to fade. At home, I was shocked to see them open up plus 3.5 to a team that was in the FCS last year, especially with Delaware coming off a loss. This one reeks of a Blue Hens win on the road. I know they're down to -3. I know they're down at 2.5 some places. Don't care. It's because people are betting on Jacksonville State, a program they've actually heard of the last couple of years with Rich Rod at the helm. So give me the Blue Hens. They have the advantage at QB. They got the advantage in their heart. And I'll take those two advantages, and I'll count my guap after they win this game on the road. Let's go, Blue Hens.
Shout out the Hens. Shout out Flacco.
Let's go, Blue Hens. Yep. I do watch them more than VT. Seriously. Because VT plays on Saturdays, and there's other shitty games to watch instead of VT. Sam Houston plays during the week every week. It's crazy. They're in prime time every fucking game. It's hilarious. All right.
Prime time Sam Houston, man.
I mean, they are.
I know. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy to say that in a sentence.
Yeah, good question, William Wagers. Do they make a Delaware digital camo jersey, though? Might need to look into that one. Let's see if they do job tonight. Okay. Swinging around, Gootsy. I want to hear Jovan's next straight bet. I think he's taking us to the diamond, huh?
Take it to the diamond. Take some runs in today's Jays
Right.
game, which the more obvious, I guess, side of it would be fading George Kirby off of really a couple of master classes, but after he did everything they needed him to do and probably could have done a little more in a game where they were back against the wall, deciding game of that series last time out. But it's a very different team, and it's very obvious. The Jays and the Tigers are two wildly different offenses. You can get the swing and miss from the Tigers. You can't really do that nearly as much against the Jays, which probably means that George Kirby, if it's the same as he's done pretty much any time he's faced a team like this, he's already great at, I guess, getting ground balls, which is kind of his MO. He's going to fill up the zone. He's going to be super accurate, even though second half of the season he kind of tried to throw more balls to counteract that. But you want to get ground balls. The Jays will hit into ground balls, and especially will do it if you throw them a lot of sinkers like low and outside, which is what he loves to do. Weirdly, though, for George Kirby, the ball that's gotten the most in the air out of all of his pitches, especially like second half of the season in the playoffs, is the sinker. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to work against the Jays. I think that's going to lead to a lot of fly balls, which is exactly, if you're George Kirby, what you don't want in a matchup like this, which that probably leads to a little earlier of an exit for him than some people would think. Or if you're betting his unders today or less than's on Prize Picks, probably exactly what you think, which is why I think he's going to have a rough time after that masterclass. And then similar things for Shane Bieber. The last thing I want to be against a Mariners team is a 2-pitch pitcher, essentially, that's heavy fastball slider, because if you can throw really anything else against this lineup, I mean, you can generate all the swing and miss you want in the world, even if you're not Tariq Skubal. But I think that he's going to have a tough time as well, and he's going to run into a couple of fly balls himself, which, again, for guys like him, I think there's going to be fly balls on both sides of this game, which kind of works into the strength of both of these lineups. And once you get into the bullpens, I think it'll be a lot of the same. So I think we're getting runs.
I do too. I was thinking about taking the over myself. Talk about the play I like here in a minute, but I want to address some of the chats. 1.5 earned runs allowed for Kirby's a must today. Certainly like that. Adam's got picks. I'm sure Jovan does as well if he's taking the over in the game. And talking about Kirby not having some success, right?
Yep.
We're already on his less than strikeouts from that 4-man last night. Hopefully we can catch that puppy, knock on wood. Hopefully some people in the chat tailed that puppy. The 9X from last night. We're at the counter. We need Kirby at less than strikeouts, and they've had that square up for damn near 72 hours at this point.
Yeah, that second game 2 end.
Yeah, crazy. It's been up there. It's by far the most popular square on Prize Picks today, not just in baseball, but on the entire board. It's got almost 100,000 people taking it on a slow Wednesday. Almost twice as much as the next most popular square on the entire app. You guys think that square is being put up there for a free more then? Come on. You guys should know how this shit works by now. Give me a break. Feeling really good about that less than. Okay. Kept it off the sharp report because I don't want to crisscross here. We'll just let that splooge off to the sides. And there's other squares I like today. We'll talk about them here in a moment. Okay. Real Nicky Gambles is saying, I know Krabs has peeped the Bieber's strikeout square on the boards. Yeah, I'll be honest, Jovan. The one thing that does worry me about this a hair is I think Bieber pitches goods. But hey, there's 9 innings, and he's not pitching all 9 of those puppies.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's just Toronto puts up 8 runs themselves, gets back in the win column here, right? It's certainly possible. We're only asking for 7-8 runs, right? But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about Bieber going out there and shoving for this over because of the squares that are up on Prize Picks. His pitching outs is pretty weird after he got the early pull last game. His strikeouts is pretty high. His fantasy score is pretty high after a bad outing. So Prize Picks thinks he's going to go out there and shove today. It doesn't mean he's going to do it, but I'd certainly lean that direction. But again, I think the Blue Jays bats show up today in a big way against Kirby, and they carry the majority of this weight for your over anyway. So don't think it's a very big deal. Okay? All right. Mariners minus 1.5 in the over. Swoller Bear likes. Yeah, I like where your head's at, man. Except for the Mariners play. We'll talk about that here in a second. Swing it around, Gootsy. Give me the Blue Jays first 5 on the money line. Sure, maybe we see the Mariners come back in this one. Bullpen advantage is certainly there for Seattle, so I want to keep that out of this. And I'll take the first 5 for the hungrier team here, Jovan, at plus money here. Certainly some push potential. But again, if you like the over, that certainly makes me think there's less push potential here in a low-scoring first 5 game, right? I think you're seeing some runs here, so that's huge. Love that. Kirby more than 1.5 earned runs allowed as well. So I'm cool with taking the ML here and not the plus 0.5 and laying some juice, I guess is my point there. Give me Toronto. Love their matchup against George Kirby. And again, I'm a big George Kirby guy, just not today against this hungry Blue Jays team that loves putting the ball in play. You got a team that doesn't strike out much at all. You got a team that's a contact machine in the Blue Jays. Been talking about it all season, Jovan. And what does Mr. George Kirby do so well? George Kirby fills up that zone. He doesn't walk people. Okay, he's very accurate, loves throwing strikes. He's gone back to that method towards the end of the season, and he's found more success with it. But again, he hasn't faced the Blue Jays with that same method that he's gone back to where he had some success earlier on in his career where he fills up the zone. So, yeah, go ahead and give me the Blue Jays to go out there and swing, the hungrier squad to go out there and put the ball in play against Kirby, which we haven't seen in a couple starts, after Kirby's coming off that gem. I think this is the perfect time to fade him. Back to Blue Jays early on. And like I mentioned with Shane Bieber, his fantasy score is a little high. Makes me think that maybe through the first couple innings here, we see Shane Bieber pitch okay at least, and we get a little first 5 ML for the Blue Jays. Sure, the Blue Jays are known to melt a time or two, and it does kind of just feel like it's Seattle's year at this point. So I'll keep the full game out of it, Jovan. I'll isolate. I'll get in, get out real quick, and I'll take the first 5 ML for the Blue Jays.
Sure. I get in on that.
Okay. The Perry Pod says, cannot wait to hear this UTEP sell job. Same with me, man. Kind of disrespectful. I'll say it. Coming on here, fade Sam Houston, but it's probably a winner as well. Let's hear it.
Yeah. I mean, this is the game that I guess is kind of circled for Sam Houston as one of the few winnable games. It seems like they have, even though they probably have a couple more later on in the schedule. But now they're, for whatever reason, I expected them to be, especially with the line respect they got against some of the other teams. I'm forgetting the one they were favored on the road off the top of my head. But I was pretty shocked to see them in underdogs in this game in the first place. And now that they're starting to get steam, or UTEP is, it's really weird to me. But regardless, I kind of like to play partially because there's not many teams that I would kind of buy in for what seems to be like playing multiple quarterbacks going forward, except for UTEP, because Malachi Nelson's been god-awful. So, like, not only do I want a little kick in the ass for the offense if I'm them, but I also want a kick in the ass for him because he's like the ultimate blue chip recruit, 5-star, fat app you can place in. He's bounced around a couple spots now, and now that he's at UTEP, he probably feels like he's better than being at UTEP, even though he's been god-fucking-awful. So now they've pretty much committed and said that they're going to play both guys as much as they need to play both guys, and Locklear is clearly better and has looked much better in the offense when they've put him in for a couple times this year, including last week. He was like their only spark of offense, but now I think that'll be good, and I also think that gives a different look to Sam Houston, and you know what that'll put the pressure on for Sam Houston? If you see both quarterbacks in two very different schemes, coaching, which Sam Houston's got to be, they're one of the least talented teams in college football, but they're probably also the worst, or at least worst handful of coach teams. So
I think their coaching's worse than their talent, which is saying
coaching is a lot worse than their talent. So now the fact that you're going to get a very confusing, I guess, look from UTEP offensively, not that they're going to go out there and beat LSU 2019 and put up 75,000 points, but you're going to have to prepare for two pretty much like wildly different offenses from these two quarterbacks for however long you're going to see either of them. God knows. You're probably going to see a majority of Malachi Nelson unless things go really bad, but you're going to see Locklear a little bit. And I think they're more physical than Sam Houston. I think downfield they can attack them. Maybe that's more on Locklear's shoulders if you see him today, but I don't think this team is as bad as their record, and I'm talking about UTEP, and I think you're probably going to see that a little bit tonight. And I also think not only is the shoulder on coaching as far as Sam Houston goes tonight, but I think the shoulder's also on Hunter Watson having another great game through the air, because that's how you're supposed to attack UTEP's defense. So if he wants to do that 2 times in a row and he turns out to be the quarterback of the future in an air raid system, I'll tip the cap. Until then, you got to show me.
Yeah, and again, I feel like we see QB here for Sam Houston. I feel like we see my guy try to use his legs a little bit more like he did last week, where he finally found some success. So we'll see how that works against that UTEP D-line. Certainly concerned here for Hunter Watson and the Bearcats in this game. Coming off of a game where they kind of left it all out there on the field, Jovan, and still lost. That's pretty demoralizing, if I could say so myself, for the Bearcats. Mentally, they're probably toast at this point, right? Gotta be.
Probably. That felt like their shot late in the game, which I don't know how they're in the game. I don't know how they're in the game because they gave up, what was it, like 350 yards rushing or something, and still had a chance to win at the end.
They were due for some luck to go their way this season, that's for sure. They had it, and they blew it. I mean, after playing their butts off, keeping that game close, having a lead late, and giving up, looking back and seeing a 50-plus yard field goal go in to give you another L. I don't see that team bringing energy.
A duck, too, dude. A duck going through the uprights.
A Tyler Loop duck. Barely squeaked between the uprights, man. Barely. Oh. Okay. Just trying to get you involved, Gitsy. All love, brother. All right. All right. Caruso's on the over in Seattle. Jovan, would you like to change your play? No. Okay. All right. Just making sure. Just making sure. All right, let's get to some squares, huh? I'm not talking about betting on shit that makes sense. I'm talking about prize pick squares here, chat. Let's get to them. Somebody in the chat called it about Nick Minicucci. What a name. Nick Minicucci. He ain't going out there throwing a pick tonight, Jovan. I'll tell you that much. He's going out there keeping the ball secure. Okay? For a couple reasons. Number one, he's coming off a couple picks in his last 2 games, right? So I love fading that trend. This guy's not going to go out there and throw a pick every fucking game this season. No QBs do that unless you're Jameis Winston. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. So he's coming off of back-to-back games with picks. Well, Jovan, he's facing a team today that does not pick off any balls. They're averaging 0.2 picks a game. They're 121 in the country in forced turnovers or forced interceptions. Excuse me. They don't pick off footballs, plain and simple. So good matchup here for Nick, who's also more of a runner than he is a passer. Anyways, he's dual threat. He does both. I don't want to discredit him. He does both. That's why he only has a 1.5 demon touchdown square up there, because he's going to get one, and he uses legs. He's like Hunter Watson, but actually good. If you guys haven't seen this kid play, he's actually fun to watch. He's pretty solid. And this Delaware offense, they don't take a lot of deep shots, Jovan. They don't take a lot of fucking they're not an air raid offense. Again, they're very conservative. And the backup QB for Delaware is also hurt. So they're going to be extra conservative here with Mr. Nick in this game. They run a lot of short routes, short passes, 5-10 yard passes, out routes. And they run the ball a lot, especially with Nick. So they don't throw the ball a lot downfield. So they're not really going to be in a lot of positions to throw picks. It would take a really, really bad decision and throw from Nick Minicucci to throw a pick. And I'm just not seeing one after he has back-to-back games with picks. So he's got a great matchup. The game script of how the Delaware offense works is pro no pick here for Mr. Nick. And Jovan, if you look at their opponent in this game, and if you look at the most popular square on prize picks for college football, you'll see Mr. Cam Cook, who's up for 120 rushing yards. Crazy, by the way. But that's what Jacksonville State does, man. They run the rock. They feed Cam Cook, who's their best player on offense, in my opinion. You know what that smells like, Jovan? It smells like the clock tick, 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 ticking. It smells like not a lot of possessions for either team in this game. And smells like less opportunities for Mr. Nick Minicucci to go out there and throw a pick. Okay? Yeah, Minicucci's crazy, guys. It's just his name. I don't know what you want me to do. And this guy's not going out there. He's not throwing a pick in this game against a defense that I think only has 1 or 2 picks this entire season. So go ahead and give me the less than half an interception against Jacksonville State, a team with a defense that does not scare me at all. With Delaware in a winning game script, it should be where they should be running the ball plenty with their RB, with their QB, Minicucci, who likes to run as well. Kill that clock. You're in a winning game script. No need to throw the ball downfield. They already don't do that anyways. It's not a part of their offensive DNA. So he ain't throwing a pick tonight. My favorite square on the prize picks board today, Nick Minicucci. He ain't throwing a pick. Take his less than half an INT.
Let's go. Shout out Nick.
Okay. A couple things. I saw the Arby's tweet. Yep. I'm going to go get the fucking boneless bad ankles later today. I'll do the review. So stay posted. Make sure you guys drop a like on that puppy. Okay. Number 2, Krabs, have you tried the red chimichurri at Chipotle Pax Picks? No, I have not, but I need to. Probably surprises you, but I have not tried it yet. You know why I haven't tried it yet? I feel like you got to get the steak when you get that. And Jovan, I don't know if you're hip, but you've probably seen the commercials, right? That's their new thing at Chipotle,
What?
the red chimichurri.
Oh, no, I've had it.
Oh, you've had it?
Yeah, it's gas.
Okay. Did you get it with steak?
No.
Wow. You got it with chicken?
Yeah. I just got like
Okay.
a normal bowl, and they're like, do you want a side of chimichurri? And I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Well, I'd be curious to hear your thoughts if you put it on steak, because chimichurri and steak, it's like fucking LeBron and Kyrie Irving in their prime on the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
That's kind of the match made in heaven there. If it's good on the chicken, it's probably really good on the steak.
Probably
That's my point
is.
there. Okay. Shit. All right, I need to try that then. Gets the Jovan cosign seal of approval. I've been eyeing it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on getting a steak at Chipotle. Every time I go in there, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll pay $20 to get the new steak, right? Maybe I'll give half my rent check to go get the steak at Chipotle because it's $20 now.
Yeah,
Or maybe I'll just get the OG steak.
Steak is just not that good.
It's just you go to Chipotle, you get the chicken's better. You get the chicken. But in this scenario, I could see myself getting the carne asada, the $20 carne asada, and getting the chimichurri. And it's probably really good.
That might be worth
It's probably
it.
really good. Okay.
I might price match you with that.
Yeah. Look, if you get it before me, let the people know. They need to know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the Jen bitching about Chipotle. The Jen, man. You just don't get it. You just don't get it. Chipotle hater. Look, if you want to chirp Chipotle, chirp them for doing $6 burritos in the Big 2-5. It's like the same fucking price as a burrito, man. You're giving a couple bucks out. They used to be free. And they went to being $3. Now they're $6. Next thing you know, they're going to be fucking 50 cents off. And you got to go in there. This is like the kid going to the hockey game in the full goalie fit. You got to go into a public place. You got to go into a Chipotle. You got to drive your car, or even worse, you got to walk in public in a full Halloween costume, Jovan, just to get a couple bucks off your burrito. I could not be more out on that. I'd rather pay double for the burrito to just show up in normal clothes. You kidding me? I'm not down bad enough to have to dress up and have playtime and then walk into a Chipotle in public wearing a fucking wizard outfit. No.
I mean, of course not.
If it was BOGO like it used to be, maybe I could hear you out. If it was $3, come on. Just fucking give it away, Chipotle. You guys are rich as shit. $6? That's barely even a discount, Jovan. What a joke.
Yeah, that's not worth it at that point.
Times must be tough over there at Chipotle, which makes no sense to me. They've tripled their prices over the last 5 years. Makes no sense. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for Halloween, folks. I got to figure that out. Dude, what are you going to be for Halloween? Do you know yet?
Not a big Halloween guy.
Yeah, well, you have a girlfriend, which means you're dressing up as something.
Well, I mean,
you know what you're doing yet?
No idea. Maybe just Lamar jersey.
Okay.
Goots. Goots.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be Gunner.
Goots.
Maybe I'll
give me a break.
Joseph's Cal be Colton Cowser.
Oh. No, you do that. I'm done with you. I'm literally done with you.
You guys asked, what did you expect the answer to be? That was going to be like a Bob the Builder or some shit?
Yeah, I mean, I figured you already have your outfit picked out here.
No, I'm typically sick on Halloween. I always get sick in October. So it's coming up here soon.
That seems like fake.
It's not fake.
To get out of Halloween.
Not fake.
Well, if anybody in the chat has a good idea, honestly, of what I should be for Halloween, I'm all ears. And no, I'm not shaving my head early for the Indiana bet and being Mr. Clean. No thanks. No thanks. If anybody's got a good idea, though, let me know. And if I see one more judge comment, I'm ending the fucking stream. Okay. J-Rod. I'm taking J-Rod at less than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's been on fire. He's been on fire so far this series. This postseason has been looking good. He's, J-Rod's back. J-Rod's doing good things at the dish right now. But J-Rod's got a juicy less than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs in the books, Jovan. A little shocked to see that, considering how he's looked up at the dish of late. And I know you like the over, which scares me a hair about this, but I don't think he's getting a hit. Not against Shane Bieber, at least, who he struggles against in his career, 1 for 9 with 4 strikeouts. So not a great matchup for him against Shane Bieber, who I do think pitches well early on in this game. I'll hold my breath and hope he does not go out there and get a hit and a run later on in this game. If he does, I'll tip cap. But give me the nasty less than on the green chart for one of the best hitters in this game tonight, J-Rods. I don't think he's getting 2 hits, runs, RBIs. Maybe he gets a sneak Aaron Judge dinky base knock through the hole or up the middle or opposite field, but he's not scoring and he's not cashing his more than on this square. Give me the less than, one of the nastiest fades on the board.
Let's go. I'm still in on that, even though I like runs.
Awesome. I'm surprised and pleasantly surprised to hear that. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You're a J-Rod guy, but you know him better than me, so.
Love
Good.
J-Rod.
Good. Chad, I'm not being a giant V8 can. Jesus.
Nah, you might have to. You might have to do that.
Kool-Aid man, but it's V8. How would I even do that, Risings?
That would be sick. They've got to have some V8.
I'm trying to look it up, but it just comes up with a V8 engine. So
Okay.
might be makeshift. Get a company on this for Krabs.
Okay. How would I even do that? I just dress up as a
It would
giant
just be a
can.
big cloth thing that you just put over. They make them. You can be
V8
like Kraft mac and cheese. Like people do that.
People dress up as Kraft mac and cheese for
Yeah,
Halloween.
Krabs
Those
is
people need to get a fucking grip.
crazy holiday. People do whatever they just do whatever they want.
People need to get a grip.
Shit holiday.
Shit food. Shit costume. Tell you that much. I could see the V8 thing working out. Maybe, yeah, Viz Shadow. Sure. Should I dress up as Zach Hampel? Okay. Mr. Krabs costume. Again, how would I do that? I gotta paint my fucking face red. I'm already pretty red as is, actually. I could probably get by.
Yeah, you could probably pass.
If I watch that Kid Goalie video a couple times, I'll get so angry and red I don't have to do the face paint.
Just gotta do rev yourself up a little bit with a couple steam crabs pre-costume.
Sure.
Couple judge nukes, couple Hampel videos, kid umpire, kid goalie, and we're there.
Pretty disappointed in the options here from Chad. I expected better options. Aaron Judge and VA Cans and Zach Hampel. Okay. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I want to hear Jovan sell jobs on his 2 prize pick squares. I got a good feeling about these plays, and I want to go ahead and lock in this sharp report 4-man. Jovan, what are you cooking up over there, my man? What are your 2 squares?
Cooking up, going to the Mammoth game, which I'm taking somebody on the Mammoth. Of course, they're playing the Flames, and Dustin Wolf isn't playing, so I can feel a lot better about that. You're getting Devin Cooley, who hasn't played in, I think, over a year and is just a horrid goalie who not only has been horrid his career so far, but has also looked equally as bad, if not worse, in the preseason so far. So Flames fans are in shambles because Dustin Wolf's going to have to play 60, 65 fucking games at this point because this guy's god-awful. And now he's gets no defense in front of him either. Sergachev hasn't had a point so far this year, and now he's without his line mate for, I don't know what the timetable looked like. I think we talked about the other day, but like Jersey's not playing, and no other guy in the backside of that defense really has any offensive power or prowess. And that's exactly how you just throw pucks on the net against the Flames defense. So if there is any time for Sergachev to finally get on the board this season, it's got to be now. Lightning legend Sergachev getting on the board against the Rat Meat Flames, which I don't think they're going to have any problem scoring today against the Flames. And he'll be involved. Then Addison Barger, talked about it. I think the reason there's going to be runs in this game is because fly balls are going to be rampant against both these pitchers. Addison Barger has been pretty cold, which makes it a little surprising. The fact that he's at a 4.5 fantasy score, his number compared to some of the other guys, just like Teoscar as of yesterday, we were talking about that square. But if they're going to get the ball in the air and it's going to be a guy that's going to pull with power, Addison Barger and Varsho are probably the 2 guys who have conveniently both been very cold. Varsho has been even worse, so at least I'll take Barger because Barger is also the one who hits it a little more. He can pull with power, but he can also take the off speed the opposite way. So if you see a changeup from Kirby, he's fine taking it the other way, but he also can get the ball in the air with a lot of power, even if he attacks him low in the zone. So if there's any time for him to get off the schneid, it's probably against George Kirby because he'll chase a lot, but you're not going to have much to chase because Kirby's going to fill up the zone.
Right. Yeah, good matchup for Barger to come through tonight. All right. And Sergachev, he's not scored yet this season, right?
No points.
Awesome. Yeah, no points. That changes tonight. Love that sell job. Love that square. I dropped the link in the Twitch chat. Goots, if you have a second, if you're feeling like Himmy today, do me a favor and drop that puppy in the YouTube chat. Is the YouTube chat even up and moving today? I've not seen enough heart today from the YouTube chat. I was expecting more. I'll say it. The only thing I've really seen that's of relevance is Jovan saying Goots can be Old Bay for Halloween. That's a good costume. Yeah. Goots.
There you go.
Old Bay. We get that mocked up. Maybe we could do a 2-for-1 special. I'll be a V8 can. You could be a thing of Old Bay. Sure. All right. Dubs. Let's get that energy up in the YouTube, guys. Come on. Show yourselves. Ryder, good to see you, my man. Always holding it down in the YouTube. Sade, no surge, but we do have a yap. Yep. We do have a yap coming up after BTL today in about 30 minutes. Excited to see what Trent can craft up. Okay. What's up, Money Talks? Thanks for holding it down the YouTube, my man. Anybody else in the YouTube, get involved in the chat. Make sure you guys drop a like on the YouTube video. It takes 1 second. Actually, less. It takes about a third of a second. And it's free and easy. And it helps more than you guys know. Takeover. Not a great slate today. Trent probably just wants to craft up himself, which, you know what? I get it.
I think that's the plan moving forward until everything's coming back for the next couple weeks.
No surge ever? Or just on football days?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, Riley? Good to see you lurking in the YouTube. Krabs, thoughts on the under in the Delaware game? Yeah. I'd probably lean that way. Conservative offensive approach from Delaware in a W game script here, trying to milk clock. And Jacksonville State's best option offensively is, it's not even really close. It's handing the ball off to Cam Cook 30 times. So, yeah, I like it. I like the under. I'd certainly lean that way. Okay. We got Jay Rich just woke up from I just woke up yap. Oh, I thought you were going to say I just woke up from a nap. Okay. Either way, W's Jay Rich. Good to see you involved. Pip. Good to see you lurking in the YouTube as well. In Between the Pipes says the ketchup chips are overrated. Sorry, I had to say it. In Between the Pipes. I strongly disagree. You guys know I get a lot of hate for pretty much everything that comes out of my mouth. I've actually gotten some respect for my ketchup chips take. I'll say it. Rare.
Super.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, folks. People are enjoying the ketchup chips. Yeah. Again, guys, give it a shot. Give it a shot. The chips themselves are high quality. The ketchup seasoning on there is above average. I'm a fan.
Might have to give them a shot.
I'm a fan. I'm telling you, John. They got Trader Joe's down there?
Yeah.
They better. Good spot. All right. K Crab, what's up, Beast?
Might give you a shot to redeem yourself after the coffee.
Yeah. I mean, the ketchup chips are, I think you'll like those better a little bit than the peppermint feel. Okay. We got DeGen getting involved, dropping a resub. Let's go, DeGen. Let's go, DeGen. What's the POD today, my man? No beef with ketchup chips. Surprised you haven't had them before. Been around a while. Yeah, apparently they're like a Canadian thing.
Yeah,
so maybe they're more popular up north.
The Canadian Lay's ones. I've seen those before.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about them. I was just, back in the day, just dipping Lay's chips in ketchup. Blue collar. Those are blue collar ketchup chips. And that's kind of crazy if you think about it, but I enjoy those. Or you get really weird and you dip the ketchup chips from Trader Joe's in ketchup.
Yeah, it's a little much.
That might be too much.
Kind of losing me.
Why don't we just start with the chips?
Let's start with that.
Okay. Yeah, Richie, this might be the least surprising thing ever, but I'm not a big pumpkin spice guy. A little too public for me. Not a big pumpkin spice guy, chat. Okay. I do dip chips in ketchup. Not really anymore. I did it for the video the other day, but that's what I used to do as a little kid. Have not really done that in a couple years, except for the video I posted on my social media, which is kind of weird. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I'm also realizing that I have to go to an Arby's later today. And hopefully nobody sees me there. Hopefully I can get out and give a little review on those steak bites, which, again, steak bites at a fast food place. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
A little concerned.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hey, I'll be the judge. I'll be the Aaron judge of that. Okay. Stay posted, guys. Check my feeds. I'm going to post that puppy later today. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I did drop the link to the Sharp Report format in the chat. And you know what? I'll do it again. Krabs Death Row meal will be Trader Joe's orange chicken, a side of ketchup chips, and 1 pump peppermint cold brew. Pax Picks, you know me so well, my man. You know me so well. John, you're telling me they used to have steak bites? Are you dating yourself, John? I did not know that. This is news to me.
That's probably really bad if they're bringing him back then. That makes me feel even worse. Because that means they are 100% some different form of meat. Not that we didn't probably know that already.
I mean, it can't be. It definitely can't be filet.
No, it's
That's for
fucking
sure.
cockroach tendons.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah, we'll see if I make it through the night. All right. Yeah, no McRib reviews over here, John. Not a McRib guy. Those things are nasty. Nasty. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Gentlemen, I would like to take a peep at the college football slates. Want to look at some ranked matchups here and see if anything's popping out to us. I prefer to talk more about UTEP and Sam Houston, but look, we got to tailor to our audience here, folks. And we got to go over some of these big games this weekend. Okay. Yeah, guys, if I'm not on BTL tomorrow, you guys know what happened. I probably didn't make it through the night. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some of these really good games, some ranked matchups here. Louisville, Miami. Do we think Louisville makes this game weird, or is Miami just that good? Talk about an ACC battle. I kind of want to fade Miami, and I've become a fan of their work. Not gonna lie, I kind of think they're the second best team in college football. They're really good, and they've been a covering machine so far this season. 4-1 against the spread. Louisville, the opposite. They've been winning, although they lost to UVA in their last game. But overall, they've been winning. They're 4-1, I believe. But they're 1-4 against the spread, Jovan. Is now the time to take Louisville and fade Miami. Looks like Louisville's a little bit public here. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm right there with you. I think
Yeah, I do too.
after a gauntlet of a season so far from Miami, where they've had a plethora of tough matchups and they've come through in all of them, you get a bye week to kind of stop your momentum, and then you run into Jeff Brom, who's really, like always, regardless. I know they've been a much different team year to year basis, but he's given them trouble a bunch. And now you get a weird Jeff Brom team that's coming off of a shit game themselves. Might be the time.
I think it is the time. I think you see Miami for the first time in a while playing a weirdly close game. All right. Both teams had a little bit of extra time to prep for this game as well. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Georgia Tech, Duke. Does Georgia Tech lose their first game of the season, Jovan? Looks like Duke and Darian Mensah have now flipped from a +1.5 dog to a -1.5 favorite. Interesting. This ain't your mom and pa's Duke squad, though. NIL money. This team is better than they've been in recent years. I think it probably is Duke here now.
Probably is. Not just for the sake of unranked favorite against ranked dog, but I think it's like I'm not really impressed with Georgia Tech after the fallout of all the teams they've beaten.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. Are you fading fake Mahomes and Nebraska this weekend? Are you taking the Golden Gophers +7.5 at home against newly ranked Nebraska?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Don't really care to do it.
Okay. Are we taking Diego Pavia after getting embarrassed and maybe a little humbled after that last game? Are we taking them as favorites against LSU? I never thought I'd see the day. Vanderbilt is a favorite against LSU. But hey, again, in the time of NIL, Vanderbilt's got a lot of smart alumni, a lot of rich alumni. Look at this team now. Look at the coach. Look at the culture they've established. And the QB, he might be kind of a dickhead, but he could play some ball. Coming off a loss, I kind of want to back Diego Pavia and Vandy in this spot.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down to take Vandy. That LSU offense is cat neat, even though they'll probably have one of their better showings, if not their best showing of the year, just because of the matchup. But I think they're going to have to score at them a little bit, and that's probably not going to go too well.
Okay. Gamecocks at home +5.5 against OU. If OU was coming off a big win, I'd probably be on the Gamecocks here. Now I'm not sprinting to go bet South Carolina, a team that I might just think at this point is not that good. I'm starting to think Lenore Sellers might not be that good. Shane Beamer squads are always pretty undisciplined. They got a lot of guys on their team, a lot of me guys on their team, and a lot of penalties over the years, and this year is no different. Shane Beamer, very undisciplined coach. Surprising, considering his dad is one of the greatest coaches of all time. But South Carolina has not impressed me much of late, Jovan, although the line certainly says South Carolina. Them only +5.5 against a ranked opponent, losing 3 of their last 4 games. Not sure I really want to get involved just yet in this one.
Yeah, I would even go as far to say I thought Oklahoma, especially coming after that loss or coming off of that loss, would be a lot shorter than 5.5, to be honest with you, especially with some of the very odd respect that SEC home teams get, even when, just like in South Carolina's case, they're not a good fucking team. You still get a lot of respect at home, and the fact that it's 5.5 and the total's creeping up is definitely odd. Probably in Oklahoma's favor.
I don't know if I agree with the line thing, but I certainly agree that it's a stay away spot from the Gamecocks, and it probably is Oklahoma here with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Texas A&M, Arkansas. Ooh. This one's interesting. You think Taylor Green makes this game weird against the Aggies? Team I had in my college football playoff preseason, and people thought my brain didn't work when I said that. And now look at them. They're undefeated. They're really good. They're destroying teams, even in weird spots where the other teams are pretty sharp on the spreads. Texas A&M has done job the majority of the season. Their QB, Marcel Reed, who I said was good before the season, and people wanted me beheaded in GTA. Now he's top 5 in Heisman odds. Jovan, is this now the time to fade the Aggies? Take the Razorbacks.
It might be. I just don't know that I have the stomach to do it, to be honest with you. It's definitely the right play. And I'm more intrigued about it. I think of the fact that this might be the first game of this rivalry that's no longer at AT&T. Can fact check me if I'm wrong, Chad, because I think that's the case, unless I'm tripping.
Say that again?
Isn't this game no longer at Jerry's World?
No, it's in Arkansas.
I know. This is the first. It's always at Jerry's World, and this is the first. I believe this is the first time the rivalry has gone back to campus sites. Which, for this game in specific, I think this is huge. Snell and Chat.
Let's go Snell. 10-month streak be different. Bro, that picture of Snell and Yamamoto on the plane after last night's game hit different on the feed today. Two goats.
Yeah, I saw a pic of Snell and Tyler Hero. Yeah. Wow. It's just goats, man.
We might need to get that frame for you, Jovan. Jeez.
2 goats, dude.
Okay.
Except I'm so much pissed because Tyler's going to be hurt for the beginning of the season and we're going to be in Ratchet. All good, though.
Okay.
All good, though.
Okay. Snell, man, whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it. You don't need to hear that from me, but very impressive. Very, very impressive what you and the squad are doing right now. That's starting pitching. Tommy Edmonds, right. You guys are carrying. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. God, keep doing it, man. You are impressive up there right now. Just a lefty at going out there, dominating, carving up there. Carving up there. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Snell, let me know if you got any college football plays you're eyeing this weekend, although you're probably pretty dialed on the diamonds in this economy.
You might like the dogs.
You might like the dogs.
Washington.
All right. Let's move. Let's groove. We don't want to jinx the Dodgers, guys. They do look good, though, so far. We'll leave it at that. And yes, now, if you're trying to play some 2K this week, I know you got bigger things on your minds, but I am around this week, and I'll be down to get up and moving and get my glue guy out there. He's not dropping 10 points, but he'll make some good passes. He'll grab a couple rebounds. You let me know. I know Jovan's in.
Jinx Trent to be good at 2K. No.
That might be impossible. I like to believe it will be, but
we're talking about getting Trent another build. I'm willing to give him one shot at going back to being a guard.
I don't know, man.
One shot.
I don't know, man.
Now
Trent's trying to play tonight, by the way, if you're down to get some rips in. And I'd be down to get involved as well. I'm sure Jovan would too.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know if I'm ready to say we give Trent the reins back at PJ.
I need him engaged. I need him engaged in the game.
Maybe that's what it takes then, right? To keep him locked in, keep him off the phone, off the breaks, mid-game.
Yeah.
Right? If that's what it takes to get him dialed.
There's got to be something.
All right. Okay. Let's keep moving to grooving, boys. We only have about 20 minutes, but W resubs now. If you would have told me a couple of years ago when I was selling routers and switches and laptops that Blake Snell would be subbing up for 20 months in our stream, I would laugh in your face. And now look at us. So it's the little things, guys. That's fucking awesome. It's Snell. We appreciate you, Beast. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And no, I'm not talking about Nintendo Switches, Miguel. Okay, look up what a Switch is. It's like a router. Okay, Google that shit. Let's move. Let's groove. A couple more games I want to talk about here in college football, Jovan. Ole Miss and Georgia. How about Georgia laying 7.5 against the game the refs handed them, but they probably should have lost. They probably should be 4-2 right now. And they're laying 7.5 against undefeated Ole Miss. And Kirby is getting shit talked by Ole Miss. You see that comment from Coach?
Yeah, they're friends, Krabs.
Oh,
it's all jokes.
All right. That was crazy talk, I thought. He's like, yeah, have you seen him? Doesn't look like he's burning many calories. That was an insane quote there, roasting Kirby. But hey, if they're buddies, they're buddies. Right? Do you think Georgia comes through here in the spot, laying that big old number against an undefeated team here at home?
No. I'll be taking Ole Miss.
Wow.
And if there was probably any square Ole Miss over you were looking for, it's probably this one. And I think it was, I don't want to say intentional, but from watching some of the game last week, confusing game because Ole Miss was playing Washington State as 30-something point underdogs or favorites. Won the game by 3. The playbook was just glaringly vanilla. So that's not crazy. You would expect that, but I think they were hiding not just a little bit. I think they were hiding a lot in that game. Because even Lane Kiffin, you can tell when he starts to get the game, you start to get a lot of pressure on, he'll bring out some deeper shots. He'll bring out some more confusing, complex concepts. Nothing in that entirety of the game. Even when we got into the third quarter and it was really close and you're looking like, shit, we might be on the ropes. Not a thing in that game.
All right. Looking a little public so far, but let's hope that's some really sharp money. I could not believe Goots just responded to Snell and said, what the fuck is Skrilla? I know that was not Trent's. That had to be Goots. Who knows nothing about rap.
Never heard of that in my life.
Goots.
That was me. No idea.
Goots. Can we play it or are we going to get copyrighted?
That yak, dude. He ain't got Goots on yak.
Can we play it or are we Goots?
Trent might fire it up. He said on the app. He can walk out to that.
Yeah, Trent will play it in 15 minutes now. I'm not trying to get our account banned. We're not supposed to play music, but if Trent wants to do it, he can do it. That song is fire. Trent said he's got to load it up on the app in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay?
Trent doesn't know.
All right, let's move.
Yak,
let's move. Let's groove. Couple more games to talk about here. Memphis minus 21.5 against UAB. I will be on UAB for 2 units.
Krabs, we're going to do this again, dude.
Jovan, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. UAB just fired their coach. It's a coach system play. Put your bias to the sides. If it wasn't Memphis, you'd be taking it as well.
Well, I'd be taking it as well, but for a different reason. Because next week is the USF game. So that's why I'm sticking to it, because I said I was going to bet Memphis every single game of the season, and I'm going to take them. But that's the one I probably wouldn't endorse.
Okay. All right. Yeah, seems like an excuse for Memphis not to cover, but we'll move. USC, Notre Dame. Might need a Goots POD in this game. Jovan. Pretty big line against a really good Trojans team here now.
Yeah, pretty fat.
Yeah. You think it's Notre Dame?
Yeah, it probably is. Probably is, Krabs. We've been waiting because they haven't played anybody. But again, if you've watched the games, you know CJ Carr has been coming along very nicely, and especially when you have one of, if not the best backfields in all of college football. It's a hell of a crutch. USC, I think their defense still stinks, despite what you saw last week against a Michigan offense that had some trouble. I think Notre Dame's about to lay knock.
Okay. Goots, you concur?
Yeah, I don't have much thoughts on the spread, to be honest, but I meant to mention this to you earlier in the week. Notre Dame's defense has shown up against shittier opponents, and they were really bad against Miami and A&M early in the year. So this is their true test to see if they've really figured their shit out.
Okay.
And if they really haven't, I mean, this over might be
Okay. Okay.
And if the over hits, USC is probably covering because that means that the offense can't keep up with how bad the defense is. But if they really have figured it out, then yeah, Notre Dame on the spread, that line's pretty telling.
I've been able to fact check this either, but I know some of my friends are going to the game and they said it might be pissing in that game, which
I haven't checked the South Bend weather.
Yeah, if that is true, then that's not great for USC, obviously.
No.
Yeah. It's good for Jeremiah Love and the Irish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. W Snowman, appreciate you getting involved, bringing your squad in here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing lightning, seeing some rain definitely coming in.
Okay. Okay. W Weatherman. All right. Any thoughts on Washington and Michigan? If Snell's still lurking, we can at least talk about his team, who's been an overperformer so far this season. The Huskies. I don't think anybody expected the Huskies to be 5-1 at this point. They got a QB who's pretty good, Short King, right? In DeMond, he's kind of solid. Michigan, kind of fraudulent. I'm kind of out on Michigan as a whole. I don't like their coach. This is a noon game. Washington has the momentum. You think it's the Huskies? You think they stay hot? Or do you think Michigan gets it done, laying 5.5 here at home, Jovan? Last time these guys played, Washington beat them by 10.
Yeah, and that weird rematch where that game was fucking ugly. But I don't know if Washington's that good either, Krabs. I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of the argument this week has been they're so underrated because they're the only 5-1 team not ranked, when in reality that's a lot of their own fans and Ohio State fans looking for a reason to say their team has played somebody worth a shit outside of Texas. They got to show it to me, especially going on the road in the big house. I don't know, coming off of a loss where Michigan looked lost defensively and offensively, I guess, at that too. I don't think this team is as good as people think they are. Or, I mean, some people really don't even think they're that good. I'm with them, but as good as people are trying to say they are.
Nah, Snowman. Snell is a Washington Huskies fan. Okay. Not a Michigan guy. Certainly not this weekend. All right. Couple more games here, and then we're going to craft up a squad ride. We'll pass off the torch to Trent, who's going to do a yap post BTL today. Excited to see Trent fired up. Stick around. That's going to get fired up here in about 10 minutes. A couple more games here. Mizzou, Auburn. Mizzou flipping to a fave, coming off a loss. Auburn coming off a ridiculous loss. Weird game. Weird spot. Both teams coming off of L's, Jovan. So not really a crazy, nasty angle here. I mean, the spread would indicate it's Auburn, a 500 team against a ranked opponent, plus 1.5 here at home. But I'm not sprinting to the books to lock it in. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll go football gods POD with Auburn.
Okay.
After the way that game went.
They get them back after last week? Yeah.
They deserved better. And also one of I guess the biggest takeaways from last week, I would say, is that Bo Perbula is not good. I was kind of buying in. Maybe that was from having Josh and Yale and the rest of the Mizzou fans in the ear after the way he's looked against god-awful defenses the entirety of the year. But the second he got a little bit of a test, he shit down leg. And the second that Ahmad Hardy wasn't running for 250 every 2 seconds, he shit down leg. He's going to have a hell of a time against the Auburn defense.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the first time Mizzou is going on the road here. I don't know who gave them that gift of a schedule, but they got it. Now this is finally a test for them.
All right. Well, so Mizzou hasn't played a road game yet. Yeah, it's trouble.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Their schedule is unbelievable.
That's trouble. Good point from you. Good point from Trice Picks there in the chat. Okay. Something else I saw in the chat I wanted to bring up here had to do with the 1.5 interception square that's up there on Prize Picks for tomorrow in Baylor Haynes, Tulsa. That's a crazy square.
Cookie, dude. Just fair.
That's
fair
a crazy square.
Fair warning, Krabs. I've seen those up like 4 times, and I don't think a single one's hit. With the chart being, I assume this one is pretty red because I've seen his normal one up there red the last couple weeks, but
Yeah.
They've all been really red. Not a single
Hey,
one.
it's still more than, less than. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's fake sharp. All right. Jeff, good to see you, my man. W vibes today, Jeff. Appreciate you bringing the W vibes. Notepad is full of notes. Thanks for these gems, Krabs. W Jeff. Dude has never thrown 2, and now it's at 1.5. I agree, Achilles. It's weird. But like Jovan's saying, if anybody knows how those squares have played out, it's Jovan who lives in the app, and
Maybe
certainly
they're
less
due for
confident
one,
in it
though.
now. Could be due for one. And that kid does like to huck it, and he's young as well. So, and it's not like he's against did you guys lose me?
GG Cam.
How did they? Oh, there it is.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Never had that happen before one time with this cam. That's super weird.
That's huge.
Yeah, interesting. It's against ECU as well. It's not like it's against freaking Georgia or something.
Hey, I mean, that's probably the best defense he's faced so far, I would think. I don't know Tulsa's schedule off the top of my head.
ECU's defense is solid, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess maybe then you could argue Tulane's better. But
yeah, their defense is good too.
I would take ECU's defense over Tulane marginally.
Yeah. Okay. All right, real quick, Jovan, before we get to the squad ride, before we pass off the baton to Trent and the Yap, would love to go over one play that we're eyeing in the NFL. Is there one play that you can't stop thinking about? One play you know you're going to be on? One play that looks super weird that you have to take it? What's the one play that you're eyeing to lock in this weekend in the NFL, Jovan? There's got to be something.
I think it's a tie between the Chargers and the Commies.
Wow.
Yeah. Finally getting one on the Colts.
Wow.
And then after the sky is falling for the Commies, with the whole world watching, they get to go on the road against Dallas. Everything's been looking up prior to that really weird Panthers game, so you would think this is where they bounce back and have a great performance. Not quite so sure.
Wow. Some spread bets coming in on Dallas there. Good to see. Good to see. Also good to see the line off of +2.5, which hits, I feel like 95% of the time. Makes no sense. Now it's down to 2. Good. Stay off that 2.5, please. And yeah, it's probably moving towards Dallas because people are betting on Dallas. People are thinking the Commies are frauds, right? Maybe it's a too easy looking bounce back spot for Dallas as well, coming off that loss to Carolina. People want to back them. People want to fade the Commies after thinking we're quail shit. Okay. Well, that's music to my ears, Jovan. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Hope you're right. That game is also going to go over as well. 55 total. Oh, that game's going to be cinema. That's going to be a good one. All right. What play am I eyeing? It looks super duper nasty. It has to be taken. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the 49ers on the ML. Kind of gives me Chiefs vibes from this past week, right? Or maybe it's just the Jets, who are, well, now +1.5. Kind of weird.
Holy spread wagers.
Which game?
Falcons, dude.
It was all Falcons?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
I mean, not that it doesn't make sense, but good
Coming
Lord.
off that big win.
Big win on prime time. Now you're going back to prime time, except you got to get out of your fortress in the ATL to do it. You got to go to the West Coast.
Okay. Yeah, I like the 49ers. Fading the Falcons off that big win. And I like the Jets. All right.
You know what this looks like to me, Krabs?
What?
Remember, I think it was it 2 years ago? It was the game we were sweating, or the year that we were sweating Dak under picks in the Goat Whale. I think they went to San Fran one day or 1 week in prime time and got the shit kicked out of them. Kind of feels like that game for the Falcons.
Hope you're right. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. We got to get to the squad ride here. We only got 3 minutes left. Goots, do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Sabres on the money line?
Yep.
Sabres ML. I mean, I like that Delaware play.
Yeah, we can go Delaware.
You want to take your over in Blue Jays Mariners, or?
I know that doesn't tickle your gym, Krabs.
Well, if we don't, we're just putting all 3 of my plays in.
That's fine because I'm on the Sabres too, so I have some involvement.
Okay. 3 plays, 3 winners. I feel like if we put a Sam Houston fade in here, I feel like the gambling gods are gonna fuck us.
I know. That's why I didn't even go there.
All right. 2 minutes, Goots. 3 plays, 2 minutes, 3 plays, 2 minutes, 3 plays, 2 minutes. 3 plays, 2 minutes. Hurry up, go, 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 go. Hurry up, go, go, go. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get involved. 3 plays, 3 winners. 2 minutes. Get your votes in. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get those votes in on the Twitch chats. 2 minutes. Come on. We got the Yap starting up right after this as well. W. Trent. W. Trent. Cannot wait to hear what you're crafting up on the Yap. Okay?
Get ChatGPT up and moving.
Get that monitor up and moving. Get it turned on. Get that laptop plugged in. Get ChatGPTs up and moving. Excited to hear what ChatGPTs has to say about Sam Houston tonight. I'll be honest. Maybe they're buying stock in the Bearcats. Who knows? Jack, get those votes in. Hurry up, go, go, go. Hurry up, go, go, go. Rico and Chuba expected to split carries. Okay, Brian C. Kind of what I expected there, to be honest with you. Chuba deserves that as well.
What are they supposed to do?
Chuba deserves that as well. You got to play both of them now. They're both playing greats. And then ride the hot hands. Okay? Also, shout out Jovan for saying to pick up Hassan Haskins, and Vital turned into AP last week. So, W's there.
Yeah, absolutely did.
W's there. I tried to drop. I got to check and see if I got him, but I tried to drop Haskins for Vital. So you probably know what's going to happen this week. It'll probably be the Haskins AP game.
Especially when they win.
I have Vital in the Bookit League, so.
Wow, Goots. Okay.
Yeah.
You might have to start on this week. All right. Get those votes in, chat. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Get them in, get them in, get them in, get them in, get them in. Get them in, get them in, get them in. Get those votes in, get those votes in, get those votes in. We got about 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left, and we got the Yap starting up right after this. Get those votes in, chat. You want football, you want hockey, you want baseball. We got plenty of options for you guys. Get those votes in. And how about Delaware squeaking one? Okay. Dusting off old Krabs. I like your style today, chat. W's. Let's go, Blue Hens.
Krabs.
Let's go, Blue Hens. Let's go, Mini Coochie. All right.
Might have been closest poll of the year.
Yep. W stream today. W no tie. W vibes. W Trent firing up the Yap. Guys, stick around. The Yap's starting up right now. We'll catch you guys same time tomorrow.